Hello, I want to introduce you to, well, for lack of a better word, a secret. But before I do, let me ask you a couple quick questions. Do you have a problem completing what you start? Do you have a hard time paying attention when other people are talking? Do you daydream? I bet you have great ideas and feel like you could be a success if you could only follow through just once. Let me tell you, you're not alone. 2% or 5.5 million of all Americans suffer from attention problems. Well, now that I've asked my questions, I think I owe you a secret. Sorry, but I can only reveal part of the secret now, but we'll get to the rest of it, I promise. Did you know that there have been many great people that had the same symptoms? People like Albert Einstein, Thomas Jefferson, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Leonardo da Vinci, just to name a few. It is widely believed that these symptoms are found in highly intelligent and highly creative people. I call them symptoms, but what I really mean is gifts. So congratulations, you're the few, the proud, the attention disabled. Not really. However, you are part of a very select few. Many people that suffer from these symptoms or gifts choose to use alcohol and drugs to slow down their thought processes rather than taking conventional medicine. Fact is that you're more susceptible to message units than most. Everything you experience is a message unit. And these message units fill your cup until it's overflowing. This overflow then puts your mind on edge. Many find that drugs and alcohol help ease this uncomfortable feeling. Your mind is taking in more information than the average person, and in a world of information, you find it hard to pay attention. It's hard to focus. Many feel that their mental capabilities are their greatest assets, but fail to ever utilize it because of their lack of control over their own subconscious. But there's hope. Do you know what it's like to have laser focus? Imagine what it would be like to have that kind of focus at will rather than just when it decided to show up. Do you know what it's like to be so focused that you lose track of time and 2 hours seems like it was just 5 minutes? Have you ever waited till the last minute to complete a project to the point that there was no way you could ever complete it? Yet you found some way to get it done and it was amazing? Does this sound like you? Do you find that when pushed you can perform at almost superhuman levels? Here it comes, the big secret. And believe it or not, the powers that be know, and they don't want you to know. That's because you can. That's right, you can perform at superhuman levels. An evolution in human thinking has been going on for over the past 100 years, and over the past 50 there has been an explosion of advanced thinkers whose brain power outmatched the majority. These are future leaders of the world, the future innovators, and the ones who can change the world for the better. The problem is how do you control your gift? How do you make it work for you instead of against you? Your mind can't focus because you take in data at super speeds all day until you reach an overload and crash or act out in frustration. Your mind calculates data faster and comes to conclusions faster than the average human being. Without you controlling it, it controls you. Your brain is on the brink of a transformation of epic proportions. You know, you've experienced the focus you're capable of. What would it be like to have control over this amazing power? Just kidding. Imagine being able to do or have anything you put your mind's focus to. Imagine how easy life would get if your mind worked for you, not against you. That's exactly what I'm offering you here today, right now. The control, the freedom, and the power of total controlled focus. You are lucky enough to be one of the very few with these gifts. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world to let out your best you. I'm so confident that this system will work for you that I'm offering it to you at no risk. That's right. Try Attention Overflow for 30 days. And if you're not completely satisfied, we will give you a full refund. If you don't have laser focus and the ability to accomplish things you only imagined before, then no questions asked. We will refund the purchase price. This is a no-brainer. You have absolutely nothing to lose. That is how confident I am that Attention Overflow works. I want to help as many people as I possibly can discover how easy it is to have the attention they want and need to be successful and fulfilled in life. That's why I've kept the price as reasonable as possible. I know I could sell Attention Overflow for much, much more, and I may be forced to do so in the future. But for now, grab it at this extraordinary price. Remember, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Harness your given powers today. It's time to transform what may feel like a frustrating symptom into your greatest asset. This system is designed to make it quick and easy to train your brain to utilize its gifts. Just like driving a car or riding a bike, when you first start, you are forced to think about every little thing until your subconscious learns what to do, and then it puts it on autopilot for you. Once you know how to skate, drive a car, ride a bike, or even walk, it takes very little thought at all. That's what Attention Overflow helps with. Attention Overflow will have you performing on autopilot, utilizing your gifts to accomplish things you never thought possible. Here's how it works. All of our minds are designed in a way that things like breathing, blinking, and swallowing are all done automatically. You don't have to think about them, yet they still happen. Let me ask you this. Do you have to think about walking across the room, or do you just decide where you want to go and away you go? Just like walking or riding a bike, there are many things that become automatic that didn't start out that way. If you're not consciously controlling these things, then who or what is? Just about everything you have ever learned to do took some effort at first, but now things like driving across town are fairly easy and done mostly on autopilot. So how does it work? It's simple, really. Everything you repeatedly do on a regular basis, rather a good or a bad habit, gets picked up by your subconscious, and your subconscious starts doing it for you automatically. That's right, your subconscious, or autopilot. The old adage, practice makes perfect, is very, very true. Anything done over and over again will become automatic. You can think of it as having a 6-year-old around all the time. You know what I mean. They repeat everything you say and mimic everything you do, and they take everything completely literal. This autopilot can help you do things, amazing things. Things that were once hard will now be easy. Things that took a long time before now will be done in a minimal time on autopilot. This same power can have you quitting things you currently don't want to do with the same ease. Habits like smoking or eating. Your subconscious is always working and taking in information. We all come into life with a few defenses. The most primal are our fight-flight mechanisms. This is what causes us to act, choose to stand and fight, or turn and run for safety. These are primal traits that protect us, and everyone has them. Everything else within your subconscious works off this basic fight-flight idea. Through life and life's experiences, your subconscious will analyze and categorize each experience as a positive or a negative. Your subconscious uses these positives and negatives to make decisions for you along the way, protecting you from things that may hurt you. Your accumulated experiences are calculated by your subconscious, and you react accordingly. Things like moving out of the way of a car that is about to hit you are things calculated and reacted to before your conscious mind ever has the opportunity to think about them. I can't tell you how many times I would be dead if this wasn't true. That's basically it. That's how your subconscious works. It's got a mentality of a 6-year-old and the abilities of a superhero. The biggest thing you must understand is that your subconscious is really like a superhero. It is 1,000 times faster than your conscious mind, 50 times stronger, and works even when you're sleeping. This is why you can want to not smoke that cigarette, but you still do. It's why you know you shouldn't eat that cake, but you still do. It's why you never go to the gym, even though you know it would be good for you. Your subconscious will always work to stay in the know. If it perceives it as pleasure, or better yet, not pain, then you will never convince it otherwise. Well, I shouldn't say never. I'm sure by now you see why your subconscious is so important. With your subconscious lined up with what you want, there is no stopping you. It's like having the strongest bodyguard you could ever want. It's like having a superhero on your shoulder. Here's the problem. Around 13, a human develops a part of their mind called the critical mind. The critical mind is like the bouncer at the front door at the coolest club. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. You're not always on the VIP list. I know that doesn't sound right, but it is. The only way you get in is to show up every day, over and over, until finally the critical mind lets you in. This is why every program out there for weight loss, smoking, and self-help all talk about affirmations, goal setting, and visualization. Believe me, this stuff works. The problem, once again, is getting yourself to do the things you know will change your life. Without your subconscious, you can't even do the simple things. Your subconscious fights to keep things the same and perceives any change as prospective pain. If you could easily access your subconscious and get it to work with you and not against you, things would get easier and life would get better very, very fast. Wouldn't a real solution be nice? That's what Attention Overflow is all about, giving you a real solution to an issue that so many people around the world deal with. It's really not your fault. The world is in constant movement, full of multitasking and continuous input from all directions. From televisions, cell phones, computers, and so much more, actively vying for your attention. Attention that you just don't have. What if I told you that I have a system that simplifies everything by using your natural ability to retain information? The same thing that is causing you hell could be your greatest strength. Attention Overflow utilizes the power of your brain to create hyper-focus and connect directly with your subconscious autopilot. Imagine how good it would feel to have all the focus you needed to complete the projects, quickly and easily. How exactly, you ask? Well, your brain has the natural ability to sync with the primary frequencies that it's exposed to. You may not be able to hear these frequencies, but they are there. Some are in your hearing range and some are not. In fact, the Earth itself puts off a frequency. Knowing this, scientists have discovered that certain frequencies have the ability to help with concentration, memory, strength, recovery, and many other things. One of the biggest, focus. By utilizing frequency technology known as binaural beats, we can get your mind to relax into a state of total focus. This focus allows us to use subconscious behavioral techniques along with guided meditation, visualization, and NLP to effectively communicate with your subconscious mind. The connection made with your subconscious will allow you to make positive changes in your life easily. You will immediately notice an increase in focus and ability to perform at a higher level for a sustained amount of time. Unlike other programs, you will not need to force yourself to write goals. You will not need to remember affirmations. You will not need to force yourself to get things done. No more feeling guilty for losing track of time, or being late, or just not getting anything done. If you have issues with staying on task or focus in general, you owe it to yourself to try this proven system for increased and sustained mental focus. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's 100% guaranteed. There is no reason to suffer any longer with the inability to maintain focus. Discover how easy it is to feel better. Unlock the superpower of your subconscious mind. Get your copy today. You'll be glad you did.